Welcome. We're live here tonight with BJ and Davo for the Sports Rewind podcast. Fellas, how are we?
Good, mate. Good.
Yeah, for
Davo
Monday.
with the D-backs hat on down there, mate. Jesus, what's going on? Boston
Yeah,
aren't
mate.
that, are
No, Boston. Well, Boston beat the Wankies today, but no, repping the old D-backs when they came out to Australia. So it was the hat I picked up when I went to daughter's football academy thing. So it's like, keep it on.
they? Yeah, beauty. Randall, how you going?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. Another weekend done and dusted. Not too much rain, so
Got a bit of sporting on the weekend too, which is good to see.
yeah, it was good to see, mate. Finally got some sport in.
Third and fourth
Some
grade
sport.
got washed out, but the
Yeah,
first and second grade got on.
yeah. I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but yeah, they got on.
Yeah.
The kids got on though in the morning, which was even better. Little League got their game in, so that was important.
Yep.
We actually did get some junior league in on Saturday morning, surprisingly, up at Maitland.
Yep.
It rained the whole time, but they got about 40 minutes in or something like 45 minutes. So it was well worth the trip to Maitland to get them out there in the rain.
Yep. Mate, it's just been horrible watching the kids not have sport on. It's great that they did get some sport in. Evening, Givo, and hello to Sienna. Thanks for tuning in. So there you go. Yes, all right. Well, we've got a special guest tonight, 5-time Olympian. But if you ask Wiki, it says 4-time Olympian. So I'm going to have to quiz him on that one. Local member of Parliament here in the Hunter. Done a bit with our baseball club, Randall tells me as well, which is pretty cool. Sports shooter. And he is the local member of the Australian Labor Party. And let's get him in. He's waiting there in the green room. I hope you blokes left him a Works burger from the canteen at the baseball.
We'll have to get him down there to have one.
Last week we left the blokes in there a pie and a can of VB. I don't think that's going to cut it this week. I reckon one of those Works burgers from Waterboard would have been down heaps better. But anyway, let's get Dan Repacholi on. Dan, welcome, mate.
How are you guys? Good to see you. I'm sitting in Macca's at Huntley. Just finished another meeting, so I apologise for the music in the background.
Beautiful. We hope you don't get a couple of hecklers there in the background there, mate. We'd really hate to do that.
There's actually another sporting champion just sitting across from me, Kingy here, in who's just having a lovely burger over there. He's actually the coal shoveling champion, I think 7 years in a row, down at Broken Hill. So shoveling dirt like what the old miners used to do, and he's a dead set superstar.
Absolutely. Hello to Kingo over there.
Pass his contact on. Let's get him on too.
Yeah, I reckon. Absolutely.
We'll talk after the show, BJ. We'll talk after the show.
Awesome.
A 5-time Olympian. You're the third Olympian we've had on our show, and we've never had a shooter on our show before. So that's pretty cool.
I'm pretty happy to be the first shooter and the third Olympian. What other Olympians have you had, just to see if I can cut the mustard with them?
Mate, we had he's a silver and a bronze medalist in baseball. So
you might have me covered then.
Yeah. Took home a bit of.
Can we see those medals by any chance or not?
No, we can't.
Knowing the bloke who he is, they're tucked away just in a drawer, never see the light of day. Just the most laid back bloke ever, and it's just like they're there, but just hidden.
That's a good way to be. And I heard your intro as well. Wikipedia is wrong. Definitely a 5-time Olympian, not 4.
Absolutely.
I feel they're ripping me off.
I thought you'd be a bit annoyed about that, but yeah, I was doing my research earlier in the week, and I went, bloody Wiki's wrong again. So,
which one did I forget about? Yeah, that's right. Surprise. Which one did I forget about?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's telling me, maybe 2020. No, it hasn't said. It just says 4-time Olympian. So,
Yeah, fair enough. Well, definitely 5. There was Athens, Beijing, London, Rio, and Tokyo.
What was your favourite out of all of those?
They were all different, but probably the easiest one was London because there was a Westfields as you walk into the village. So we could actually go and do something else besides be there to get out of the village and do our own thing for a little bit. So that was a great thing, but they've all been amazing. For me, this is probably no surprise, but I quite enjoy the dining halls at them. And I'm a big unit, there's no doubt about that, but not for the reason what you all think of eating a lot of food. It's the place where you can sit and you watch everyone come in and out, and there is every different shape and size you could ever imagine. Like everyone thinks of Usain Bolt, the 100-meter runner. They think all Olympians are like that. It's wrong, because I could definitely tell you I'm not like that. But there's weightlifters, there's gymnasts, there's boxers, there's every different shape and size you could imagine.
Take us through the food court, mate. What could you get?
You name it, you can get it. So there is every different cuisine type there you could imagine. They cook steaks to order, chicken to order. There's Italian, Chinese, Vietnamese, Mediterranean. There is absolutely everything you want. If you went hungry there, you're just not trying hard enough. Even a lot of food for vegans. I'm not a vegan lover, but there's a lot of food for vegans too.
Just sounds like a FIFO camp, really, to me.
It's exactly what a fly-in, fly-out camp is, just on steroids. It fits about 30,000 athletes all in the one building. It's absolutely amazing.
Fair enough. Hey, did you have a pre-competition sort of ritual meal or anything? I know before a game of baseball down at Royal Waterboard Oval, I'd love to have a steak and bacon sandwich. Have you got any rituals before comps with food?
Look, I'm just happy to eat, to be honest. I don't discriminate against food. As long as I get a good amount of carbs into me the night before, I'm pretty happy. So pizza, pasta, burgers, steak and chips, happy with all them.
Beautiful.
What about after? Are you like the rest of us? You just smash a couple of tins, or you look after nutrition? Yeah, so it's not all nutrition based then.
So as you can see, I'm 6'8", weigh 145 kilos. Nutrition base is pretty low on me. And I'm sitting at Macca's doing this interview.
That's fantastic. Hey, when I got the call before, I was on here with BJ and I went, I don't know if this is Dan or I've got a couple of telemarketers here, but lucky I rang you back.
I just didn't want to disappoint you guys.
A couple of hellos here. MFTB Sports, who we had on last week. Hello to Randall, young Randall, and Sienna again. Hi. Thanks for tuning in.
Go to bed, mate. It's past your bedtime. Go to bed.
Jeez. Tough school here,
tell
mate.
Mum to put you to bed.
How'd you get into shooting, Dan?
So I got into it through my mum and dad. Mum and dad were shooters when I was younger. Mum was a nurse and used to work on Friday, Saturday nights and Sunday nights. And so dad would look after us, what he would call babysitting, we now call parenting. And he would take us to the pistol club, and me and my younger brother used to run amok down there, and then just started shooting from there. So did not too bad in the local club comp, and then went on to doing some stuff around the local area, and then moved into state, and then moved into national and international events. So, but it all stemmed. My whole family is shooters, and we've just been working with it from there.
Everyone in the family still shoot now?
My older brother doesn't. Everyone hunts. Mum doesn't anymore. Mum doesn't do any shooting at all anymore. But my older brother hunts. My dad is still into pistol shooting as well, and obviously I do as well.
Yeah, nice.
Whereabouts is the local, mate, for shooting club? I think out here at Awabba, I think there's the pistol club still.
Yeah, there is. There's still the pistol club there. There's also a New Tech Pistol Club as well, which is out towards Newcastle. There's Newcastle Pistol Club also, and then there's Cessnock Pistol Club, as well as also one in Musselbrook, one in Scone as well. There's plenty around the local area. Tuggerah has a club as well, and then there's a whole heap of shotgun clubs and rifle clubs as well. So there's plenty of clubs around to get in to whatever shooting you want, whether it's pistol, rifle, or shotgun. There's lots of clubs around to get out to.
Is it hard to get into though? Like obviously, being shooting, is it a hard thing to actually get involved in?
Yeah, look, it's obviously we're law-abiding citizens, and we have to go through criminal checks and things like that to own firearms. And we do go through rigorous checking on that, and the police do a fantastic job on that to make sure the right people have the option to be able to own and handle a firearm. And also the clubs do a great job at that too, at making sure they're letting the right people into their clubs. So to get a handgun license is a lot more involved than getting a rifle or a shotgun license. But they within 6 months you can get all of them really, pretty much. So yeah, but they're not too bad. And if a rifle and shotgun are much easier to get, you can get them done relatively quick. But 6 to 12 months for a pistol license to get through everything you got to get through.
Got a viewer question for you, mate. How old were you when you started shooting?
I started shooting at 12. And that's a legal age you're allowed to start shooting in New South Wales and also Victoria. A couple other states are a little bit different, but the legal age is 12. And I highly recommend it for anyone who's interested in, if they've got a kid who wants to push themselves to a new limit. It's an individual sport, and it's challenging. There's no doubt about that. It's a tough thing to do. It's just you and your pistol out there doing the best that you can. So it's an interesting sport to be part of. One thing you guys should come have a go one day. Do a bit of an outing and see how you'd like to go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we are Cameron Park and Westie, so except for Davo, you're on the coast, so we're not too far from a wobber at all. It's nice and close to the local.
We won't let Davo hold back. I know the Central Coast is where some people, their culture goes to die, they say, but we won't hold back.
Wow.
We'll let him come up here.
Don't go that far on my holidays. Why would I venture out of God's country down here?
Oh, here we go.
You sound like the local member down there, actually.
Local bullshit member, that's me.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a good thing to be part of.
All right, so obviously you progressed along, through your state levels, like you said, and national and international. When did you first compete against it at state level and, have a fair crack for that Australian team?
So my first state competition, I would have been probably 15-ish, around there. And, just started going with that, shot okay. But the biggest crack I had, I made a couple of Australian teams just going over to Malaysia when I was 16, and a Commonwealth Shooting Federation Championships was the first one I went to where I really performed well and knew that I had a bit of an ability in what I'm doing. So I was in the right place at the right time when I was shooting at the 2000 Nationals. I went to a few state titles around Australia and I'd won those in that year. So I was 17 at the stage. I'd won those. Then I went into and shot our Nationals, won our Nationals. I was one of the first junior men to ever win a national championship against the men. Which that was a big feat for someone who's really only been shooting for 4 or 5 years properly. And then I went overseas to I was ranked the number 1 shooter in Australia at that stage. And then went overseas to try and make the Olympic team, and unfortunately just missed out on that team in going over there. Very similar to what have gone through for this process. So that was the start of my career, and now I'm at the back end of my career, and it's the same things happen the other way. So, but it's sport, and sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, as you blokes well know.
Absolutely.
We just lose more than we win.
Nothing wrong with that. It's all about the competition, the tins after, in that case.
Yep.
Speaking of competition, has there been someone that rivaled your position, I guess, over the last 20, 25 years? Have you had a fierce battle with anyone in particular, or is it sort of people come and gone?
People have come and gone through the sport. There's no doubt about that, especially in Australia. Like, I've competed against lots and lots of people in trying to make it into the games teams, and some stick around, some give up and go do other things like have a life. There's been my latest rivalry has probably really been between Bailey Groves and I. Bailey's tried out for the last 3 Olympics, and we've really competed quite hard against each other really over the last probably 10 years, to be honest, with that. And he's been great. He's a fair bit younger than me. He's an engineer as well, so pretty switched on guy and a good bloke. But he's from WA. Originally from Tassie, but we won't hold that against him. A little bit like Davo from the Central Coast, but that's okay. But internationally, there's many guys who I've competed with who are still around, still in the sport, and this is lucky. Like it's a young person's sport in many ways, but you can also have longevity in this sport. Where I've gone to the Olympics with people in their 60s, well and truly in their 60s, and we've had people win gold medals in their 50s and 60s as well. So age is really no limit in shooting, and it's all about what's in between your ears, really, and how you hold yourself together.
And having that competition with him would have been good too. You would have been pushing each other for those 10 years. So that keeps you focused, keeps you going. And I'm sure he's probably looked at you and thought, well, that's what I want to strive to. So use that for his own sort of pushing his career.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Davo. And if anyone tells you they just do this sport because they love it, they're lying to you. At the top level, you do it because you love to win. You do it because of the adrenaline and the rush it gives you. There is no doubt, and that's at the top of any sport, really. If you the love of the sport is one thing, but the want and the will and the need to win outweighs anything else that you do. And people are telling me they just do it because they love it. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah. You say that as you get older.
That's it. When you're cracking a tinny after just losing.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Good one here from our friends in the UK. Wouldn't trust a 12-year-old with a water pistol here in the UK. Very, very true. Very true.
Good to hear from the UK. They do have some very different laws when it comes to pistols over there. And they are different, but they got some great shooters over there in the UK as well. So, and a couple of people that I competed with over just recently when I went to Azerbaijan and to Munich. Yeah, they've made the team there now, and they should go over and do quite well. They have a good opportunity to do well.
Awesome. Hey, with training for shooting, obviously there's a lot of mental stuff as well as Can you explain to us different styles of training that have helped you, like mentally or physically, what you might do through your training to get you through to a competition?
So the mental toughness in this sport is massive. Same as baseball, same as anything. It's because it's just you, when you're sitting there and someone's pitching a ball at your head extremely fast. It's just you and the ball and the bat, really. But in shooting, it's just us and the gun. And it's how we hold ourselves together mentally that really, really puts us whether we're going to win or whether we're going to lose at the end of the day. It's who holds himself the toughest through that event. And what I would do is, for me, I've only got to switch on for about 37 seconds is my shot process. So I need to switch on for 37 seconds, and then I can have a rest for, say, 30 seconds to a minute, just depends how long it takes me to prepare for the next shot. So for that 37 seconds, what I would do, I would have dots all around my office and things like that. And so when I'd glance at one of those dots, you would just keep focus there and just make sure you're focusing on nothing else but that dot for that, say, 30 seconds or so. And it's just about working with what you've got. But physically, I'm a big guy, right? As I said, I'm 6'8", I weigh 145 kilos. I have the strength to hold a gun there for as long as I want all day of the week. But what we want to have fine motor control so that everyone moves. And there's no doubt about that. Some people move like a dog putting razor blades out of their bottom. Other people move. I don't know whether you can swear on this one. So
whatever you want.
Yeah. Some people shake like a dog shitting razor blades. Other people, it's all about how fine you can keep that motor control. And so we're like a surgeon. We just want to have it be out there, hold it as still as possible, and keep that motion as slow as possible. So very fine motor control. And so what we do there is we don't go lift heavy weights because that tears your muscles and your muscles repair, and you end up having a lot of muscle tremor because your muscles are in repair mode. So what we do a lot of holding, just holding the gun on a blank wall. It's extremely boring. It is not fun whatsoever. But it's what you got to do to be able to be at the best you do. So I would do, say, 10 1-minute holds and then stretch that out to eventually holding for 2 minutes. And then when I've been training properly for a long time, I can get that out to about 4.5 minutes of just holding the gun there and then ready to shoot a shot, which is an acceptable shot where you can still compete well.
Yeah. What about breathing and stuff? I know.
I was about to say the same thing about the breathing.
You go then, Davo.
No, I was just going to say, your breathing with it is, do you sort of slow yourself down, or is there a set sort of breathing style or pattern you have when you are shooting?
Yeah, you definitely do. You want to have your heart rate as slow as possible. The rifle shooters tell you they'll shoot between heartbeats. I think it's bull dust. Really. Like, I think that all they want to do, they think they're snipers. Yeah, wannabe snipers, I call them. So, but at the end of the day, the slower your heart rate can be, the less tremor you got, because your body's not pumping as much. But you work with what you got. Obviously, I've got a big heart. I'm a big guy with a big heart. Some people would say like Fowler, but others would tell that not. But you just work with what you got there. But breathing is one of the biggest controls you've got, because when you get into a situation where it's uncomfortable, breathing is really the only thing that gets you back there.
Yeah, for sure. What about favorite event that you've competed at?
Oh, look, Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
shooting in front of my beautiful wife and girls, and winning a gold medal in front of them for myself and my country, and that was an amazing experience. It really was. It was had my family, friends there. It was absolutely amazing. And then I was reigning champion in a different event from Glasgow into this game. So, and I went and did the 10-meter event and made the final in that and came fourth. It's a terrible spot to be. It's a spot where no one wants. You may as well be last. There's no doubt about that when you're fourth. But I was pretty disappointed with what I did in there. The crowd were going nuts, and I was trying to block the crowd out the whole time. I spent more time focusing on the crowd than actually focusing on what I had to do for my event, and that was what I had to do to try and win. So 2 days later, I went into the 50-meter event, and where I was reigning bronze medalist from Glasgow before Gold Coast. And I decided to embrace the crowd, listen to the crowd. I reckon I heard everybody's voice in that building, individually in my head, and just worked with it and just ran with it and did what I knew what I could do. And doing that in front of my wife and kids, and I don't know whether you've seen the footage that Channel 7 put together, but I'm surprised docs weren't called when my wife was squeezing my daughter so bloody tight. Yeah, so. But it was a great thing to be part of. I did get in a little bit of trouble because I swore in my interview, but that was okay. We got past that. Yeah.
You're not Australian unless you do.
That's exactly right, yes. Yeah, I dropped the F-bomb and said, how good is this?
It's awesome, mate. Mate, a sport that, I personally don't watch a lot of. I've sort of flicked back through the last sort of week and watched a few of your highlights videos and things like that. I do like how emotional that was for you. It's pretty cool to watch someone get pretty pumped up, especially when they can wear their Aussie green and gold. Massive achievement. What's next, mate? I know you've just missed out on qualifying again for your 6th Olympics. That was on Origin night, wasn't it?
It was on Origin night, and I followed the Blues. They disappointed, and so did I.
It's a tough day. That's a tough day.
It was a very tough day, but that's okay. As we know, sport, sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Sometimes they're big margins, sometimes they're little margins. And at the end of the day, it is all about the sport at the end of the day. And I love what I do. I do it because I enjoy winning. I haven't closed the door on this yet. We'll find out about the Commonwealth Games the next couple of months, whether there will be a Commonwealth Games either here in Australia, whether it might be in India. There was a few different approaches put forward by two Commonwealth Games associations. So we'll just see what happens there. But we should know the next couple of months there, and then that'll really determine my future. What what the idea was when it was going to be in Melbourne or Victoria. I won my first gold medal in Victoria in the 2006 Commonwealth Games, and I was hopeful to go there and win my final gold medal there, and that bookended my career is what I was hoping for. But unfortunately that changed. Yeah, exactly right, Dave. Full circle. Started there and then do it back there. That would have been, pardon me, a great thing to be part of. But we'll just wait and see what happens in the future there. But I've had more as my chief of staff says, I've had more comebacks than Johnny Farnham. So we'll see where we go there.
Obviously, in your line of work, mate, it's not easy to duck down to the range and, have a bit of a shoot and stuff like that. And that's obviously a big factor as well in what you can and can't do with your sport. Well, what is it? It's not 9:30 now, and you're on your way home from work now, catching up with us at Macca's. So obviously, it plays a big factor in that. So we hope to see you again. What do you actually call it? At the range? Is that what you call it? Like at baseball would say, on the diamond or on the field, but yeah, we hope to see you on the range.
I'll definitely be on the range still. It just depends on what level I'll be at. Whether I'll still always shoot, but if this is it for me, I'll probably go into a fair bit of coaching too. I reckon I've got a lot to give back to the sport in coaching. I've got a fair bit of knowledge. I'm a bit more of an interesting character compared to some of the other people around the sport. So I do look forward to giving back at some stage. And but with the job, it is exceptionally tough with the job. There's no doubt about that. And this was always going to be a challenge. But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So you've got to get out there, give it your best, and just push forward.
Mate, I just want to touch quickly on some of your social media. You played a round of golf the other day, I see. Can you take us through that opening tee shot? We didn't see the ball land, but May went to the right, I think, did it?
Certainly did go to the right, and I can tell you, I talked it up about getting past the ladies' tee, and didn't that come back to bite me in the arse?
You never mentioned that.
No, that's it. Yeah, I got the koala though. The koala fell out the tree straight after me. I hit it. So, but I didn't have a round. I was out there doing some stuff with top blokes, and I helped get the day going for them. And they're a great group of people doing some great stuff with young men around New South Wales and also up into Queensland, and they're really pushing hard here in the Hunter to make a difference. And we know that there's a lot happening at the moment around domestic violence and things like that. So this is really making sure that these young boys can still express themselves and have good, strong masculinity, but also understand where the boundaries are with that. So they're a great charity, and was happy to help them out in the morning there to kick that show off with an extremely bad tee shot.
I'm sure you would have raised the bat if you had played 18.
Yeah. I reckon I would have shouted a few beers. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, so.
Awesome.
Happens to the best of us, mate. Happens to the best of us.
And you guys are professional hitters, so you should be right.
Nope.
Golf
I'm with you, mate.
Ruined.
I'm way out to the right all the time. If I get past the ladies' tee.
Before we let you go, Dan,
straight.
We do have to talk about some more of your social media, mate. You talk up a good burger. What's your go-to burger in Newcastle and the Hunter?
So I've got two favourites that I go to a lot, and that's the Cheeky Fiend at Burger Fiend in Cessnock, and that's two meat patties, exceptionally good meat patties, may I say. Bit of cheese, bit of bacon, lettuce, tomato, and onion, and their Burger Fiend sauce. That is exceptionally good. But I would say the one that hits that's top of the cake here is Burgers by HMC, the dry aged cheeseburger. It is absolutely fantastic. It's in Branxton. I highly recommend you get out there and give it a go, as well as every other burger in my calendars, the last two editions. But that is one of the best burgers. What I usually go, it's a double patty with bacon as well, and you can't go wrong. It is exceptionally good. It's probably no good for your arteries because it is so nice. So nice.
Beautiful.
You'll have to get you onto the old Toronto Tigers chicken burger, mate. Keep an eye on your emails.
We'll get down there.
Yeah, keep an eye on your emails for your requests. I think the Old Boys Day is coming up soon. Never know, yourself and Mr. Piper might find yourselves out there. Never know.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I don't mind seeing Greg, especially when there's an event we can eat and drink at.
He enjoys our chicken burgers, mate. He really enjoys them, except that he says we've got to add some chili to them.
Some chili?
Okay. Yeah, add chili to it.
And add chili to it, all right. And have you taken his suggestions on, or you're still holding back a bit?
No. We'll be all right. Any suggestions? Take them on.
And what about where are the other best burgers around the areas, guys? We'll even go down to the Central Coast there because I'm sure they do have some fine burger restaurants. His boy Elroy. That's in Wollongong. But yeah, what do you got down the coast there?
Yeah, the old Wombi Whopper still does a mean burger. I know it's changed hands, but that always used to be the go-to. That's just a huge patty, and it's a meal in itself. Forget the sides and all that. So that's the main one. And what else have we got? Matt's Diner, Retro Diner down here up at Budgie Woy. Sort of it does a pretty good sort of burger as well. They really get the bacon nice and crispy, so that's what you need.
Well,
I think we had.
What about you, Hado?
Oh, mate, I'm just going to go off here. Damo's chimed in. Singers at Barrows, the Scorpion Burger. So that's not bad. I don't mind a full throttle. Their brisket burger up there is pretty well spot on.
What about their pies?
Oh, they're good pies.
There's a place here. It's called Rusty Jack's. It's on Wine Country Drive, and they've got their pies, and they stock them here in the Hunter. I've ducked in way more than I should, but I've deliberately gone past just so I can get one of their pies.
Yeah, judge a road trip. That's how you judge a road trip, is by the bakeries you stop at and what the pies are like.
That's right. And there's a lot of good pies in the Hunter too, may I say. And who knows, there might be a calendar in the future on pies, but we'll get easily one more edition of burgers because there is so many good burgers around the place. So we'll get one more edition of burgers in the calendar.
Beautiful. Appreciate your time, mate. As I said, look forward to seeing some more shooting action, and really appreciate what you're doing in the community as well. We receive that weekly email with what's going on, and also you've got a podcast yourself. Give that a plug. Where do we? Dan and the Doctor.
So it's myself and Gordon Reed. So you'll find Dan and the Doctor at any good podcast distributor, such as.
So not where you find ours.
Yeah, probably not. I'm sure we're all in there together. So you can jump on our YouTube page. You guys have got a good YouTube page. That's all right. Yeah. You can jump on or anywhere you get your streaming services from. But Dan and the Doctor, it is generally just me and Gordon Reed, who's a member for Robertson. Just generally
at least he'll back up the Central Coast.
And you'll hear on some of these podcasts, Dave, as well, that we have a bit of a rivalry going between what's better, the Hunter or the Central Coast. Oh. And as much as I hate to say this, I reckon he's winning by one at the moment, but only because he pre-talks to the guests. I go in raw and fresh, right? But I reckon he does it wrong. He dodges it up because it's a bit on the sly there. The good doctor is.
That's what we do. We wing it.
Yeah, but it's not about winging it, Dave. It's all about giving the people what they want. And you know what more? What more could they want than being in the Hunter? And that's why we do this podcast. It's just me and Gordon generally talking crap with a new person every week, and so we do this once a month. It drops on the 15th of every month, and it is just talking with usually a new member in Parliament, like what Gordon and I are, and just talking about our journeys there. And we do end up going off on a fair few different tangents, which is quite good. It's good to see it go that way. It's where you get the real stories and the real conversations, not all the stuff that our chiefs of staff want us to say. Quite often they're shaking their head in the background going, I can't believe you guys are talking this crap. So that comes on every
sounds similar to us
every month. Quite good, yeah.
That's what you want to hear, though. You want to hear the rawness and whatever you're thinking.
And because politicians, right, there's so many politicians and new politicians that came into that place that are normal people. We are just an everyday person that likes to go to the pub, have a beer, likes to go and watch the footy, likes to go watch our kids at sport. We are just normal people, and that's what Gordon and I are trying to showcase, because people think we're stuck up wankers. Sure, we are wankers, but we're not stuck up. So we just try and showcase that. But it's a different way to get across what politics can be, and that we don't always have to fit a mould of what people expect you to be, because we are normal people as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate your time, mate. What was that, David?
Any time, guys? Sorry.
Gordon Reid, he's doing good down here. He's down to earth. It's like he's been to my wife. She's a primary school teacher, so he's been to the school and had dealings with that. So no, he's down to earth.
He's a great guy, and we do have a few tins together as well. We always seem to manage to go to the same places in Canberra. We spend a fair bit of time together, actually, while we're down there. And there's a good group of new MPs and old MPs as well that do spend a lot of time together, and especially the younger group of people as well. So it's good to be part of. It's good to give back to the community. And I know not everyone thinks we do good jobs, and that's okay. And everyone has their opinions, and that's a great thing about this country, is that we all get to have an opinion and we all get to have a vote. And at the end of the day, that's what makes Australia what it is. Because I'd hate to imagine what it's like if we're in a dictatorship. We wouldn't be able to have podcasts like this where all four of us can really just carry on and have an enjoyable conversation about sport and everything else in life. So it's we're so lucky in this country with what we have.
Well,
absolutely.
Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone has one.
So I've learned a new one since doing this job. I used to run with that, Davo, and I've came up with a new one, which a bloke told me. He goes, they're like elbows because every prick's got two of them.
Love it.
That's it. You have to run with that.
Definitely learned this job. Yeah, you guys should run with that. It's quite good. Opinions are like elbows because every prick's got two.
Love it. Hey, I know Matt says you should have a Gordon Ramsay burger if you go back to the UK. So you'll have to check out one of them.
We should definitely get out there. So how far does this show go? There's been a few different comments on here from the UK and Aussie. Where else does it go?
Mate, we're probably about 60% Australian, and in that 60%, it's like 40% Newcastle and Central Coast. And
that's all just family.
Yeah.
We've all got fans, don't worry. We all got fans that support us.
No, they don't support us.
They're waiting to take the piss out of you later.
Yeah, that's it.
Right. That's right. Half our family don't even know we're on, mate. I don't think my wife knows where I am. To an episode yet. She's out there trying to be quiet, but you know.
Yeah, family know I'll do it. They won't listen in though.
This started COVID times, mate. We used to catch up and open packets of baseball cards and all sorts of things, and it stemmed from there. And yeah, it's amazing what a bit of technology can do. We're still trying to use the technology, but yeah.
Are you going well? How's the collectibles going? Because it's going nuts right now. The prices are getting for some of these cards, it is phenomenal.
Yeah, personally, I haven't been involved for a few years. I sort of still got a good collection there of, you know, some that are worth some and some that aren't very valuable. But these blokes are still involved a bit. What about you, Dave? You still get a few?
Yeah, every so often. I think the NBA, the Victor Wembanyama, like I read a stat where he's had more cards graded than Steph Curry and LeBron.
Yeah, really?
Yep. And
he's going to be an absolute superstar. Superstar, eh? Yeah. Needs to get a bit of meat on those bones, though. Jeez, he's skinny. Could do the burger or 10.
Yeah.
But no, he's the one, like the NBA is the one that's really been going off, like for the collectors and all that. We're baseball mainly, so it's gone a little bit quiet. Yeah, you get your one or two superstars, but nothing like what Victor's been doing for the NBA.
Yep. Yeah, okay. So what question for you guys, What Olympics have you guys been to? When did you guys compete?
Nah, mate, no Olympics for us.
No
you know,
Olympics for you guys? No?
Olympics are drinking.
Nothing wrong with that.
put on the green and
But
gold in
obviously, a lot of
05. But,
baseballers that we're into it, yep. 05 for the green and gold, yep.
yeah, but nothing. Yeah, we play 3rd and 4th grade baseball now and enjoy a beer and really love to give back to the sport we love more than anything now. And it's been Davo's had a pretty good career in 1st grade a lot of his life, and BJ's been at the top of our Toronto tree for a long time, and now what are you, the president?
No, VP, mate. VP.
VP, sorry. So
I get to just sit back and
the
watch
best
the
job in
president.
any committee is the VP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
No caregiving, no responsibility taken.
It's all about
exactly
coaching
right,
now.
Davo.
It's all about coaching now, like trying to coach kids, get that next generation coming through, and especially coaching 3rd grade with Hutto and Davo with all their knowledge, playing in that side, and those young kids that are just coming into our senior club or preparing to come in that we want to move into 3rd grade, getting that guidance from these guys. That's sort of where we're at, I guess. And plus, it's 2:30 on a Saturday arvo, only for 2 hours, and then we're on the tins. So we're happy.
And you know what that shows? A true club person. Yeah,
That's
because
right.
you're giving back. You're buying from the bar. You're buying from the canteen. It's the right thing to do. And coaching as well.
There's a big bill at the end of the day, I tell you.
I'm not great on the bat, right? But I'd like to come down one day and have a hit against probably a 10-year-old because it's the only thing I might be able to hit. But we'll work on that.
For sure. Well, mate, you just keep your eye out on your emails because you're about to get flooded with Toronto Tiger grants coming through.
Yeah, nice. That's the way. Send them through. We'll see what we can do.
Green
You guys
tick.
get our
Green
Grand
tick.
C newsletter, don't you? So
Yes,
good. That's the way. Excellent.
Yeah,
Well,
we did have one of our young fellas, Benny Frost. He's in our 3rd grade side and pushing through into 2nd and 1st grade. I think you had a bit of a spool about Benny, maybe even in Parliament.
Yeah, I did.
so
I did talk about Benny in Parliament. Yes.
Yeah, so he's a young kid in our team that these 2 guys and myself are trying to help develop. He played a couple innings of. He'll lead Australia. Yeah, he actually had played a couple innings of 1st grade on the weekend, so he's moving in the right way, which is good. So
good to see.
And how hard is it to get in the 1st grade team?
Oh, it's easy, mate. You just turn up.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a strong.
But we
comp
won't
here
tell
in
him
Newry,
that.
is it? No, that's fair enough. It's a strong comp in Newcastle.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, like
Pretty strong, yeah.
1st grade. Yeah. We've got how many ex-college kids that are here at the moment? We've got one ex-MLB player who's 2 years removed from the MLB, playing out of Belmont. We've got Toronto. We've got one current ABL, like Australian League player, and one now retired Australian League player. But I think he won. Did he win batting average award 2 years ago in the in ABL? Yeah. So it's actually surprisingly pretty good. We have a lot of good young kids coming through as well. So
yeah, good. And do you guys play in a Masters comp as well?
We do actually. Toronto actually hosts a Masters weekend every year. So
really?
That's usually the last weekend of September, I think it is.
Yeah. It's the
Yeah,
28th.
send us some info on that one, and if we're around, we'll see what we can do to get out there.
You want to come to
mate.
that one because it's a port before every game, and you play a lot of games that day.
So, any ports
get
while you're
credit
playing
for-
as well?
Well, optional.
You just got to stop the umpire having it. One of the games, the umpire was having more ports than anyone else. He's standing out in the middle trying to call balls and strikes and keep going.
I can tell you this 1 year, Dan, there's 3 other blokes on this podcast right now that we can see. And me and Davo haven't been the umpire coordinator. I don't think you have either. But one of the umpire coordinators that used to take these ports around, we found him asleep underneath a tree. He didn't quite make the final. Actually, no, you handed the ports out for the final, but you didn't see the end of the final. So job was done.
Got the umpires on.
Had a little sleep
And
under
so
the tree.
umpire supervision was going well then by the end of the game.
obviously. Yep.
Guide dogs were still doing well.
And how long does a game take to usually play?
In that Masters League is an hour,
Masters,
isn't it?
An
Yeah,
hour. That's not too bad then. That's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you usually play a game, have a game off, play a game, have a game off. So you can usually smash 3 or 4 tins in between a game. So
Bit of compensation for being older.
Right. That's exactly right. You got to look after yourself, and the only way to do that is you've got to stay hydrated for starters.
Correct.
That's the first step. Yeah, and hydration is key to any sport. We all know that.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
We'll send you an invite. We'll for the Masters. It's good fun. It's a really good event, and it's one of our biggest money raisers for our club actually during the year, isn't it, Randall?
Mate, that's it's
it's
massive
a great
for us.
weekend.
I think we normally have.
How many members? Go.
We normally have 2 days for that Masters, and I think we have 8 teams each day. So a lot of us back up and play 2 days in a row. And then you have
it'd be tough. You'd have a ripping hangover.
And then you have 6 months off because the
some
season's
sleep on the
over.
ground overnight.
Yeah.
They take their swags and all that, and it's like, well, why go anywhere else? They just sort of finish the last game, get a little fire going, a few more tins, pass out in their swag, get up, more tins, and play again.
Dedicated. Good on them.
It's good fun.
That's all right. And how many members have you got at Toronto?
We have currently 6 sides in our seniors, and so we've got an average between 9 and 12 or 13 per team. And then we've got kids age groups from under 16s, under 14s, under 12s, under 10s, and under 8s. Yeah,
good stuff. So pretty big club then.
So, same as most clubs. The juniors are. COVID killed everyone. You know what it was like with sport. Really now starting to see those kids start to turn back up again. Now we've had a few lean years, and most clubs now are back to having some good numbers. Not what we were. We used to have 2. Our club used to have 2 teams in every age group. We've pretty much got 1 per age group now. 1 full team. There are a couple of teams that we're still combining with another club. One big club at the moment for juniors is Maitland, up there at Gilliston Heights. Obviously, it's a massive growth area. So
big catchment area too.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're sort of similar with Toronto, where we're all the way down to Morisset, but we're all at Cameron Park and Barnsley and places like that. So we've got a massive catchment area too. So just about getting it out there and competing with soccer and rugby league and AFL and the big games. It's probably a bit like shooting, mate.
Yeah.
It's baseball's not a mainstream sport. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks when, fingers crossed, an Aussie goes #1 overall draft pick.
Yeah, I did hear that there's a good chance of that happening. So that'll definitely bring a lot of hype into the sport in Australia. That's for sure.
Yeah,
hoping
definitely.
So.
Yeah, and if you guys ever want to get into our newsletter, don't hesitate to reach out if you're looking for anything like that. Just let us know and send it through to the team, and the team will make sure it gets in. We got anything coming up as well.
Awesome.
Yeah,
appreciate it. We'll let you go, Dan. Just before you go, make sure you order, a couple of burgers for the trip home. You don't want to get home starving, mate. So appreciate your time.
I'll see what I can do. I prefer not to have Macca's burgers, but I'm here, so it'll be the right thing to do.
Yeah, that's right. Be un-Australian not to, I think. So
that's it. Yeah, it's like walking to a pub and using their toilet, walking out, and not getting the beer. It's the wrong thing to do.
Yeah,
that's right.
Not wrong. Jeez.
Yeah. That's it. Excellent, guys. Well, thanks for having me, and I'd love to be on the show anytime. You guys are doing good stuff. Keep it up.
All right. Thanks
mate.
Dan.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Gotcha.
Cheers.
Not every day you get a 5-time Olympian on the show. It was really good to hear about shooting and about his time in the sport, I guess. That's a long career at the top of your game. 5-time Olympian. So
good bloke too.
All right.
Just easy to talk to. It's good.
Yeah. And I'm sure
Like
he'd
when
be
we
right
had-
walking through Parliament, like, politicians can be like, but if he's 6'8", 140 kilos and a shooter, I don't think he's going to get too many arguments from many of the pollies down there.
No, definitely not.
Don't think so. I don't think so at all. But yeah, he's just in the green screen giving you a thumbs up with that one, Davo. So, all right. Well, let's get through some tidbits and we'll talk a little bit of sport and get out of here. I think we had him down for about a 15 or 20-minute chat, and he ended up asking us the questions. So that was good fun. It's always good fun.
Yeah.
Righto, Tidbits is sponsored by King Billy Jerky. KingBillyJerky.com. Go over and check him out for all your needs. We should have asked Dan if he gets into a bit of jerky, but I'm sure he would. All right. I think that's you, Davo, is it?
Yeah, mate. So good old Barry Bonds. So if Barry Bonds returned to baseball tomorrow, he'd have to make over 1,400 consecutive outs for his career on base percentage to drop below 400. So
if he returned tomorrow, he'd probably still get intentionally walked.
Oh, definitely. With the bases loaded.
Yeah.
I wonder if he returned tomorrow, that would give him a drug test as well. Do you think he's still the size he was back then, or changed a little?
I think he's still the same size. Yeah. Most of them are.
Just not muscle.
Just not as firm as he was.
What about this guy?
Another big guy. Used to love the boots. The Big Hurt, Frank Thomas, is the only player in MLB history with 7 straight seasons of 20-plus home runs, 100 RBIs, 100 walks, and a 300 batting average. So he could do everything, Big Hurt. And I never got to see him live, but my uncle did, and he said he's just that big that when he just stands there, he could just flick it and get a base hit, home run, whatever. So, but yeah, did love the old Reeboks, the Big Hurt Reeboks.
I love watching him play though. Just his swing. It was like so long, but he still got to the ball.
Yeah.
Love watching that swing. Randall.
Oh, how about this one? I couldn't believe it. I was devastated. 16-time eating champion, hot dog eating champion, Joey Chestnut has been banned from Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Yeah, he will not get the chance to win his 17th title due to a brand deal to represent a rival to Nathan's hot dogs. So they've just banned him, cut him out, promoting someone else, and they've cut him. Have you seen any of them?
Yeah.
These dishes when he eats, mate.
Yeah. Gorgeous.
Not even Dan could beat him.
16-time champion, a fair run, isn't it?
It is a fair run.
You think Nathan's would have him as the number one athlete or like sort of sponsorship deal? It's like he's won so many of them.
100%, mate. I don't understand why he wouldn't be locked up as their Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
You would think so.
Yeah, we all know how much I love this bloke. Absolute wanker. Aaron Judge, in 10 career games against the Dodgers, has a 389 average with 8 home runs, 11 RBIs, and a 1.574 OPS. Talk about, a bunny team. Like, he owns them, doesn't he?
Freak.
The old Dodgers. Mind you, they're on a bit of a spiral.
They are at the moment. We'll get to the MLB standings later. I think your O's have taken over at the top there, Randall. So
have they?
We'll have to have a look. This is my tidbit. Adam Scott will tee up in his 92nd consecutive major this week. It was actually last week. Golf's longest active streak. I think, Davo, you called him the Iron Man of golf.
Cal Ripken of golf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy, isn't it?
Good to stay healthy, I guess.
But also to be playing golf well enough to be able to compete and play like and get into them, because it's not a given that you get entry into it. You still need to sometimes qualify or be playing good enough golf and be in the top earners or scores or whatever over the years. So just great longevity by him.
Absolutely. My last one, the only MLB pitcher to face Barry Bonds more than 5 times without allowing him to ever reach base, was Jeremiah Gonzalez. Gonzalez was killed by a lightning strike at age 33.
Oh.
That's Bonds sending out the Jesus, I reckon.
Yeah.
Maybe Gonzalez drank Jobu's rum, or who knows what he done, but that's a pretty cool record for him, but unfortunate strike of lightning. That rounds out our Tid Bits, sponsored by KingBillyJerky.com. Get over and check it out and get some of King Billy's meat in your gob.
Get it in your mouth.
Yeah, get it in your mouth. Righto, fellas. Let's do you want to do some NRL, Randall?
Oh, if you want, mate, yeah, why not?
Yeah, throw up some NRL and we'll talk about that. And
I'm sure you want to talk NRL this week, Hutto.
Absolutely do. About those Tigers.
Never heard of her. Mate, I don't know how everybody went in their tipping this week. How'd you boys go in your tipping?
4.
Well, yeah, it wasn't so great.
3, I think.
Yeah, right. Not good, eh? Thursday night, Dolphins 30 over the Sharks 28. I didn't really expect that, but yeah. Old Nico missed a kick after the siren to tie the game. So now he's dropped from Origin. So geez, tough week.
Dolphins were doing it easy too.
They were, mate. Sharks absolutely stormed home, didn't they? Cowboys 34 over the Raiders 16. Another game where they sort of did it pretty easy too, didn't they?
Yeah, I think
a bit of an upset, that one.
Yeah.
Well, I actually had the Cowboys in this one.
I had the Raiders on my bet, and it's what did us, but yeah, stupid Raiders.
How about this one? The other Friday night game, Rabbitohs 22 over the Broncos 12. Broncos didn't look like winning.
Putrid.
They did not look like winning the game. What else do we have? Oh, Saturday night. That's right. Oh, how could I forget, Hutto? West Tigers 18 over the Titans 10.
It's actually a pretty decent game.
It was a decent game, mate. You're right. Yeah.
I'm used to seeing some pretty average football from him, but it was pretty good to watch.
You know, comes on the back there at Leichhardt, comes on the back of the what have they invested? 40 mil? Is that what I heard into the
I think something like that.
Into revamping.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. Bit of money invested in, and they've shown that with a win. Saturday, Warriors 24 pumped by the Storm at 38. I didn't think that was going to be as much of a blowout as it was, but I did take the Storm. I thought they were a good thing.
I think Warriors lost 2 in the bin at one stage together. So then the Storm just sort of said, well, thank you. I think it was that game.
Possibly.
One of the games I was watching. But, Storm just then took over and that was the game.
Roosters 28 over the Eels 18. They're back to their losing ways. They, Roosters are playing good footy, aren't they? Unfortunately.
Yeah, they are coming good at the right time, I guess.
Yep. Manly 30 over the Dragons 14. Probably pretty predictable scoreline there. Manly are flying high at the moment. And then, unfortunately, we can just not worry about the next game. But the Panthers 26 over the Knights 18.
The Knights put up a fight.
Game Randall.
Mate, to be honest, I was at baseball, mate. We had some sunshine, right. So I didn't actually get in there. It was a game at home. I know Adza was in there with his young fella, and I did see some photos of being Panthers supporters of them in the Panthers change rooms after the game, having some photos. So
nice.
Sonny was pretty stoked with that, which is awesome to see. But yeah, 26-18. It's not terrible. I think it was 10-6 there for a while, but is what it is, mate. The cream rises to the top. Panthers are that team. That's why they're back to back premiers.
Absolutely.
And Bulldogs had a guaranteed 2 points by having the bye.
That's it. What more can they ask for? Short round this week. Origin coming up. So I think there's only 5 games or something.
Couple of changes to the New South Wales side too.
Yeah, as we sort of probably all expected, Nico missed out and Mitchell Moses is in. Connor Watson
back in.
Connor Watson's in the 14. I did see coming off the bench.
Yeah,
he's been rewarded for some good footy. He's missed a lot of footy with injury, but it's good to see him in there.
And Gagai for you.
18th man for Queensland. Selwyn Cobbo missed out in a game, and Felice Kafusi moved onto the bench where he was 18th man last game. Who else was there? Cameron McInnes is out.
Yeah, Murray's back. Callum Murray.
Yeah, Murray's back in at lock.
And then Edwards in for fullback, or he's back healthy. So Teddy's been dropped.
And Latrell in the centres as well. I think that's that's mainly it.
Yeah.
So what's that? That's Wednesday week, isn't it?
Yeah.
26. Wednesday week. Yeah.
Wednesday week.
Yeah, that'll be a good game. Hopefully it's a nice close contest again and New South Wales picks up a win. But
yeah, I hope so, mate. I hope to see it go to a rubber game, same as the women's, where they're in a rubber game. So
yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll keep 13 players on the field for 80 minutes.
Yeah, this is true. For more than 10.
This is true.
So we did see a few 10 in the bins over the weekend for some high shots. So yeah,
and some people milking it these days too.
Yeah, that too.
You get that.
That's it for footy, though.
Bit of F1 here. Shout out Danny Rick for this week's Spanish Grand Prix. And Piastri could be a contender for the win. McLaren should be strong in Barcelona. McLaren have been strong. These probably last 4 or 5 rounds have been red hot. Go and check out MFTB Sports for all your F1 action, because they know a whole heap more than what we do about it, that's for sure.
The F1 gurus. Get over there and check them out.
Davo, cricket, what's happening in the World Cup?
Yes, unfortunately, bloody England looks like they've made it through with a stronger net run rate. The Super 8s are about to start. So I watched a little bit over the weekend. Poor old Nepal came so close to beating South Africa. That was a really good game. Australia ended up doing it pretty easy against Scotland, chased down 180. So the US has made the top 8. So
they haven't been too bad, actually.
Yeah,
what I've seen. So,
and even my sneaky bet at $18 to win the whole lot, Afghanistan. They're doing well. India, they're doing enough to get through. So it should be good now. Once we reach to the 8s, you get, in a way, you get rid of like your lesser teams. So it should be some good battles. The US pitches haven't been up to scratch, I don't think. I know they're only drop-ins, but it's probably helped the bowlers a little bit. You haven't seen a lot of big scores there, but the Windies wickets have been pretty good. So looking forward to next few games.
Yeah, I've sort of only flicked through some highlights, mate. I still haven't seen many full games. But now we're down to the pointy end. We might see a few more, but
I'm taking advantage of the free 1 month trial for Amazon Prime.
Yeah, beauty.
Because that's the only place you can watch it.
Yeah. No, you have to
isn't
get on and have a look.
Yeah,
it is crazy, but that's what it's coming down to, isn't it? They're trying to make all sports streamed like that, and anyway.
But no, Australia's playing well. Like, all the guys are standing up. Warner not doing much at the top, but typical him, I suppose. But the team itself, there's enough stars there that someone always steps up. Travis Head is still in good form from the IPL. Stoinis had a good 50 their last game. So bowlers have been doing pretty well. So I think Australia should be pretty hard to beat.
Yeah. Hopefully, mate. And it'll be a good calendar year for them if that does happen, that's for sure.
This is hard, isn't it? One of those games, like you can be the best team all the way through. You can get to the final and look at India.
Yeah, in the 50 over.
In the ODIs, like same thing, wasn't it? Like,
yep,
one wicket changed that whole game.
And T20s are worse because you do only have that 20. So if you're batting first and your openers get off to a bit of a flyer, that could be the difference in the whole game.
Yeah. And it can be the difference between that thick top edge that goes over the keeper for 6, as opposed to a finer edge that goes to the keeper. It's just that margin. Anything can change the game in a split second. So it doesn't matter how good you've played all tournament. It almost comes down to the luck on the day.
Yeah.
It
does.
Not that it is luck, but most of it's skill. But
you make your own luck.
Yeah, that's it.
And doing enough to get there.
Yep.
That's all they're really trying to do at the moment. As you say, like Scotland, if they had beaten Australia or England had a loss, not won by as well, we could have seen Scotland in the top 8 rather than England. So
that would have been cool.
It is luck on the day.
Would have loved to have seen that, but anyway. What else do we got here? Let's get our Dabble bets of the week on. If you're going to have a bet, obviously we want you to go over to Dabble and have a dabble over there. Use the code Sports Rewind. Fellas, our first podcast winner last week, 1-0. It's
only taken 6 months.
Collect. That'll be enough for a chicken burger each on Sunday.
And only went 3 sports or 3 games.
Yeah. Got to collect. All right. This week, this bet. Pirates, West Indies, Celtics, and Storm. That's my 4 pick there, Davo. What have you got, BJ?
Yeah, mate, I've got the Red Sox, actually on your Red Sox, Davo. I think they're a good thing on the Blue Jays. Florida Panthers as well. The Euro, I've got Spain to get up over Italy. And then I've actually gone and upset the old Sydney rivalry, GWS, to actually do a number on the Swannies.
Brutal.
Get one up on the Bloods.
What about you, Davo?
Yeah, so for us this week, I've gone 2 baseballs. So I've gone the Cubs to beat your Giants, Hutto. The Brewers to take over the Angels. Pretty good price there, Brewers. I know the Angels have been playing a little bit better. Carlton to beat Geelong. And then my upset, I've gone the Eagles over Rabbits. I don't know how Rabbits have won 1 game, so they're favourites over Manly. They lose Murray and they lose sort of Latrell, and all of a sudden they're favourites over Manly, who don't lose a great deal for Origin.
Yeah, I think what Rabbitohs won 3 in a row. I think I heard Albo the other night on the Fox Sports. He was there supporting his Rabbitohs, and he said he counts the bye as a win too, so they're 4 in a row.
Please.
Hey, mate, I'm taking it too. The Knights have got the bye this week. We're going to be 1 in a row.
1 in a row. You beauty. Just gamble responsibly and head over to Dabble, and we'll help out the show. What else have I got for you, fellas? I think we'll get the MLB standings and get out of here tonight. It's been a long one already. MLB standings, eh? Let's have a look. Randall, your Baltimore Orioles at the top there. Let's go to this one. No, they're not.
No, I didn't think so.
The wrong one.
Jeez.
No, they're close. I think the Red Sox taken 2 two from the Wankies has helped.
Yeah, Orioles just had two good series though.
Today, Davo.
And Yankees now go to Orioles, I think I heard. Or
Yeah, I think
Orioles go to Yankees, either.
I think Orioles go there, I think, and it's might even be a 4-game series. They've only played each other once this year, so that's pretty out of the ordinary. What are we in? Mid-June, and you've only played
AL East, yeah.
Yeah, and the Baltimore and Yankees have only played once, but they did just have a couple of good series. They had a 2-1 series win over the Braves, and then a 2-1 series win over the Phillies. So they needed that. That could have got away from them real quick, and then Boston have been playing pretty well. So
Boston ran wild today, a new record for the club with 9 stolen bases in the game.
Yep. I tell you what, Yankees want to fix that up, because then they'll get the same thing from Baltimore.
Yeah, I think it will be. It'll be, but I think, you might have to face Garrett Cole though. I seem to think he'll be back for one of them.
Yeah, okay.
He just struck out 10 over 4.1 innings in a minor league rehab start.
Impressive.
Okay. I think Baltimore at the back end of their rotation too, I'm pretty sure, and I think they've had 3 or 4 of their starting rotation go down. So
Bradish.
Bradish has just gone down as Ken, and they've lost John Means, and he's gone for another Tommy John, and they're in trouble. But they've still got Corbin Burns and Grayson Rodriguez. I think they might. What was that young kid's name? Hutto, we talked about the other day. Povich, was it Povich?
Yeah, Povich. He looked good.
So I think they might be. I don't think he threw today, but they might be to him. So good test.
He threw 6 innings the other day, Randall. No runs, wasn't it? Or was it
no runs?
No
Maybe
runs.
That was against the Braves.
Yeah, it was solid.
Yep.
Let's get through these standings. The Yankees over Baltimore. Red Sox 12 games back. Cleveland 5 games clear of the Royals and the Twins. Seattle Mariners out in front, 8.5 games out in front of Rangers, and then the Astros, the Phillies, 8 games clear of Braves and 12 games clear of the Nats. Milwaukee Brewers at the top. The Cardinals make a big move up there, 6.5 games back. Reds 8 games back. Dodgers way out in front of San Diego, and D-backs and Giants are 8.5 games back.
Dodgers lost Betts today.
Yeah,
fractured hand.
Massive.
He got hit, didn't he?
Yeah, hit by a pitch, left hand. I think left hand, fractured or something. So it's a big loss at the top of the lineup, but also the versatility he's given them in the field.
Yeah.
Who's their shortstop going to be?
Probably. Or they got Kiki Hernandez, Rajas. They can put Lux over there. Even Biggio if need be. So
they picked up.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it?
Defense-wise, they'll be okay.
They're missing back. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Speaking of Biggio, like he gets DFA'd from the Blue Jays, who are pretty putrid at the moment. And Dodgers pick him up, and next day walks into the starting side.
Yeah,
like
third base.
What are the Blue Jays doing?
Who knows?
And they got nothing for him.
Yeah,
it's like the
Dodgers
Astros.
obviously backing him, know that he can come good or whatever it might be. So
the Astros DFAing Abreu with $30 million.
Yeah, he's
$30
gone.
million.
Yeah, done and dusted. And actually, because obviously he went down early in the year, like mutually agreed with them that, hey, I feel like I need to go back down and go back down the minors, get some timing back and do some hitting and get back in my groove. He came back and he was back to his old self. He was hitting bombs and he was hitting the ball hard again and hitting for average. And then all of a sudden
he's pick him up for nothing.
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Who's looking for a first baseman? My club's not, but
Yeah,
sure. There's plenty around.
absolutely.
Out off the bench.
We'll have a quick look at some of the things that happened during the week with baseball anyway, and let's have a quick look at this. Did you see Snoop Dogg call the plays here?
Yeah.
No.
Let me go to the right screen. Hang on. Where are we? Sort it out, Hudson.
Got one job.
One job.
I came in where the players come in at because I'm a player. Get up in there. Oh, he's saying he can't throw that. He ain't got no arm like that. No, he don't.
He does, though.
No, he don't.
Oh, he does.
Who is that with that rocket?
Ellie De La Cruz.
Snoop Dogg in the commentary box. He's pretty happy with Ellie De La Cruz. Did you actually hear that all right, or was it too soft?
No, I could hear that good, mate.
Yeah.
Did you see what De La Cruz did today?
No, I didn't see.
Scored from second on a pickoff.
Oh,
So
they threw him
tried-
to centre field, didn't they?
Yeah, tried to pick him off at 2, which has hit him, gone towards centre, and he's just kept going all the way home. Beat the throw home, scored from second on an attempted pickoff.
Wow.
Just electric.
Oh, he is, mate. He's
Did
great
you
to
see?
watch.
I really liked today the Father's Day hats. I didn't know what was going on when I woke up this morning in the Giants with the blue, but that looked good. Also, we had Juan Soto giving an interview. He was mic'd up and took a catch today. This was pretty cool. Let me go here.
Here's a question from a baseball fan. It says, you played with Harper, Judge, and Stanton. Who has wowed you the most with the sound the ball makes off their bat?
Oh, my God. That's extremely power right there. But definitely Harper. Harper? Yeah. I mean, it's a different sound when you're coming from the minor leagues to the big league.
Now, were you thinking of that answer as you were going to catch the ball?
Just casual.
Yeah, how good is it? Just
It's
casual.
a fair question, though.
Yeah.
It
is. You see some of those balls that Stanton hits, like stupid numbers for exit velo off the bat, and Judge obviously crushes the ball as well, but Harper, oof. I reckon Schwarber would have been up there too.
Yeah,
wouldn't he? For some
smashing the
of
ball.
some of the sounds you hear off his bat.
Did you during that same game? Did you hear the interview with Tristan Cassis, first base, or like he's in the dugout, and they said about Father's Day and a story he gave about his old man got arrested during a Little League game because he was teaching him a lesson, and he sort of Cassis was whinging and whining, carrying on. So his old man came out of the crowd, went down the dugout, booted him out of the dugout like a Looney Tunes character, and a Karen in the crowd rang child services. Coppers came and picked him up, locked him up for the night. Cassis said, that was the best thing my father ever did for me. It was like I was being selfish and only thinking of myself. He's booted me out there, said, no, you need to think of everyone else here. But someone in the crowd didn't take it the right way. So his old man got locked up for the night.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
So he's done that on national TV.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Unreal. And what about this one? Oh, Dan's mate here at the baseball.
Yeah.
Never know who's going to show up at the baseball here.
I did say this.
Yeah.
But how good have the Mets gone since he's been there, throwing out the first pitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, isn't it?
I don't think
That's
they've
about it.
lost.
That's about all I've got for baseball this week. I don't think there's anything else of there is. Sorry. One more. We talk about card collecting and what about this one?
Yeah.
Do you want to run through this, Randall? Do you see this?
Yeah, I did, mate. It's a nice little throwback to all those guys. I don't know if most people on here probably know about it. The old Billy Ripken throwback card where he was sitting there getting his photo for his card, and I believe he had fuckface written on the if I can say that, Hudson, too late if I can't. Written on the knob of the bat. And Jackson Holliday's rookie card actually has fun face written on the knob of the bat. Same pose, everything. So it's great.
We must get a box of Series 2. See if we can find it.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. What's the deal with it? Is it? I'm pretty sure it's like a special release, isn't it?
No, it's just top Series 2.
No, I mean to actually get one with that written on the bottom. I don't think.
Yeah, that's a short print.
Short print.
So.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the rookie cards look good though, don't they?
Yeah.
Check them out.
Well, you get your Yamamoto in there, and your mate from the Cubs as well. So there's a few rookie cards to pick up, and trying to chase, Holidays one.
Yeah, is that Series 2?
Yeah,
unreal.
Yeah.
If anyone's out there collecting and they've got a Kyle Harrison from the Giants, send me a message. I'd love to get a couple of his rookie cards, that's for sure. I think he's going to go all right. He might be my new Joey Bart collection.
I was going to say.
Way to kill a kid's career.
Or your Wander Franco rookies you've got.
Oh, don't even go there.
That's brutal. That was worth $1 million. We'll retire on that. Yeah, he's retired, that's for sure.
Now the most expensive thing of that graded card is the plastic.
Yeah.
Scary part. I've looked at more NBA cards lately just because the chase for Victor.
Oh.
The prices of his cards have just been better than sort of nearly any baseball card going at the moment, just from normal packs.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I haven't.
Remember that when Zion did that too, didn't he? Remember? He was just
Zion Williamson was like that. That was him and who was the other fellow in his class? There was it? No, it wasn't Doncic. Anyway.
But yeah, when I read about like Victor being the most, like having more graded cards than Steph Curry.
It's insane.
And he's a rookie. That came from PSA, I think. I think I read on X or Twitter or something. It was either from Topps or from PSA that provided those numbers.
Well, there you go. Sports Card Investor app. I've still got that. The Victor Wembanyama number one card at the moment is his 2023 base Prism, and an ungraded card is $38. So that'll be US.
For a base card.
It's crazy. And on Sports Card Investor, the number 2 card at the moment is Squirtle, Japanese Scarlet and Violet. So what that must be Pokemon.
Pokemon, mate. Yeah.
Yep. Scarlet and Violet's Pokemon.
And then how's this one? I know I've got a couple of these. I wonder, he's obviously gone off in the playoffs. Michael Porter Jr., his rookie card from 2018, his 7-day price is up 80%. Cool. So, might have to go and look back through some of the cards. I think I've got about 4 million of his rookie cards. So, might
go with Joey Bart.
Yeah. No, Joey Bart will start probably the first campfire that we have out the back of the new place, mate. So.
Him and Wander Franco.
No, he's got plastic on him, that one, so might be a bit toxic. We'll have to that might be a chew toy for the dog or something.
I'd say so. There you go.
Yeah. All right, fellas, let's leave it there. It was a good one catching up with Dan Repacholi. Next week, we have another legend on. Davo, who we got on? It is next week, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's next week. Yeah, we've got Damian Tomlinson. Damo's coming back on. So it's good to have him back on. I know we chat quite a few hours and we only touch the surface with him. So it'd be good to get him back on and hear more stories. And even if he wants to talk about the Dodgers, but we won't hold that against him.
We'll give him a few seconds there. That's about it. But anyway, good luck on the weekend with sport. I'm going to say that I'm not coming this week because I'm still haven't played a game. I'm still over because every time I say I'm coming, it's raining. So I'm not going to be there, fellas. So good luck on the weekend.
Thanks, mate.
I may or may not be there, Randall. So
Yeah, it's all good. Belmont at Belmont, mate. So
yeah, beauty.
if you're there, you're there. It's good. If not, no, well, Dave will be warm.
Fair enough. All right. Take it easy, fellas. Have a good week.